Labour's Lord Adonis has been heavily criticised online after claiming the end of Donald Trump is the end of Brexit. Ahead of the U.S. election next week, President Trump has been lagging behind Democrat candidate Joe Biden in the polls. More than 50 million Americans have already cast their votes. But now, Lord Adonis has claimed if Mr. Trump does not win the upcoming election, it will mark the end of Brexit. The Labour peer, who has been a vocal opponent of Brexit, tweeted, "The most important thing that will happen in British politics this year is next Tuesday's American election. The end of Trump is the beginning of the end of Johnson and Cummings and Brexit." However, Lord Adonis has been heavily criticised for his comment, with many pointing out Britain has already left the European Union. One reader simply wrote, "What a ridiculous comment." A second person added, "Unlikely. Trump could still win. We've got Tories for 4 more years, whether or not they keep Johnson. Pretty side heels step aside, citing health and family. Cummings is meant to be going end of this year. Doubt it. Brexit happened." A third reader said, "I'd love this to be true, but I don't understand how it would be the end of Brexit when we've already left." Brexit talks will now move to Brussels this week following intensified negotiations in London. But so far, crucial trade talks have been deadlocked for months as both sides battle over key sticking points. One of the main disputes in the negotiations is fishing, as the EU wants to maintain its rights to Britain's fishing waters. Under the controversial Commons Fisheries Policy (CFP), all member states are given access to EU waters via quotas. As the UK has a large coastal area, critics have often argued the system is unfair. State aid has also been an issue during negotiations, with the EU urged the UK to sign up to some of its rules on state aid. The UK government has argued it wants to set its own rules on the government support given to businesses. Brexiteers have claimed a trade deal between the US and UK could only happen if Mr. Trump remains president. Britain has put a trade deal with Washington on the top of its post-Brexit wish list, citing freedom to strike bilateral deals as a main benefit for leaving the EU. And trade talks between the nations have intensified, with Mr. Trump recently expressing his desire for a deal. But presidential rival Mr. Biden has previously warned he would not allow a free trade deal following the introduction of the Internal Market Bill into EU-UK talks.